success. And so you may look at his stats and you may say, well, this doesn't have anything to do with me. And then you won't learn anything. So learn something from his stats. So normally people are going to build something like what Tim has built. You're going to have to personally go out and personally enroll 80 to 100 people your first couple of years. And the reason you're going to have to enroll so many people is you don't have the leadership skills, the distinctions, the coaching ability in network marketing that Tim does. And so you really have to recruit a lot of people until you find people that can almost do it on their own. And I think one of the things that Tim has brought to his Build at Eric's is that he has the ability to not only sort through who to sponsor, so he's not just sponsoring anyone, but he's almost probably interviewing people before he enrolls them. He doesn't want to waste time with people he knows aren't going to make it. And then people that do say yes, he really knows how to coach them to be successful. So his ratios are off the chart in terms of how many people he sponsored and what that's created. So the first thing I want to speak to, Tim, is your first year in Eric's, you said you personally enrolled about 20 people. And the second year and the third and the fourth and about every year after, you've enrolled 10 people. And I know each year, and I know people will look at that and go, well, how could you have built such a huge business enrolling so few people? And I don't really want to encourage people to go enroll fewer people because they don't have the skills that you did. But I do want to shine light on how have you gotten away with sponsoring so few people? What are the skills, the art, the distinctions that you've brought to enrolling so that you know who to enroll and who to just let be a customer? And then once somebody does raise their hand and say, okay, I'll do this, what do you do with them to ensure their success?
Beautiful.
Please, I'm dying to see that Jamboard at work.
Okay. All right. So I kind of figured a couple of questions might come up. And over the years, Richard, I have accumulated a lot of data. And from that, I have gridded out behaviors that occur. And, you know, like this is a grade that if you were in school, then it'd be an F, it'd be a D, it'd be a C, be a B or an A. And this is the ability. And so if somebody is bad, then that would be an F student in school. And what are they going to do to relationships? Well, they're unprofessional. They're going to damage relationships. They're going to state falsehoods. In other words, they're going to lie. They're going to make income claims, product claims, all kinds of stuff. They're likely to spam your social media, spam everything else. And that is what a lot of the noise around network marketing, it's who's generating it. You won't find me and Richard doing these behaviors. All right? And so that's what I don't want. Okay? Their activity low is very sporadic or low. Their knowledge level is low. They don't make money. They lose money. And this is the fundamental that I'm after. What is their interest in training? There's not a single person who doesn't get better if they're trained right. If you want to cook, get trained. If you want to fish, get trained. If you want to skydive, get trained. If you want to anything in the world. And so I can't help a person who lacks training interest. And so if I say, hey, I want you to take a look at this video and then you and I can talk afterwards. If I get on the phone with a guy and he did not watch the video, I know he's at least over here in the first two categories, right? And he's now going to have to really shape up, right? He's going to have to really prove to me that that he will do better. Okay. So then the mediocre person is D. They're mostly unprofessional. They harm. They create that strain in a relationship at Thanksgiving dinner. They're the person who says, "Oh, you're still in a job, huh? Journey of the broke." You know, that stupid stuff that creates an awkward strain with family members and brother-in-laws and things like that. So they create that strain. They provoke trouble in the organization. I've seen it. And I knew it earlier, but then I documented it along the way. And so they're very rarely going to make anywhere upwards of $10,000. And then it goes on up. And so the point I wanted to make here is one simple thing, and that is training interest. I cannot train someone who has no interest in training. So when they won't show up to an event, when they don't show up to meetings, when they don't come on the webinars, when they don't do it, I can't help them. If somebody is devoted to training and they understand that that's the only way to get better at anything, well, then I'm all in.
Right. So
That's the reason that I can get away with so few numbers.
So one of the things I see you doing there, Tim, which is I just see as absolutely brilliant, is, when we offer people this opportunity, because it's such an extraordinary opportunity, the first people that show up are the people that very easily say, "Oh yeah, I'm in. I want that car. I want that trip. I want that recognition. I want that income." And one of the things that we learn after getting beat up doing this for decades is what people say oftentimes has very little to do with their commitment to actually follow through and do. And so in the